Hey guys, my name is Edward, and today I want to talk about virtual reality. So, the reason why I want to talk about VR is because less than a month ago there was a new game announced called Half-Life Alyx, and it looks like a really interesting game, and it is VR, it's VR exclusive. But it looks really, really awesome, and it's what inspired me to do this podcast about virtual reality. So, to start off, I just want to say that video games truly are an amazing thing. You know, from being able to slay the demons of hell to leading resistance against an alien empire, video games, they truly are a work of art. And, however, imagine being able to be more immersed in the game you're playing. And imagine actually feeling like you're there. Now that's entirely possible thanks to virtual reality. So, who the hell doesn't love video games? I mean, after all, they are an escape to another world free from the obstacles and stress in real life. I mean, maybe you got picked on, or you got bullied in school, or had a hard day at work, or whatever. But you come home, turn on the Xbox, and you pop in Halo 2, and you kick some ass. You're feeling like Master Chief. No, when you play video games, when you play Halo, you are Master Chief. That's the thing about video games, the immersion. You're not just playing the role of a character, you are the character. And I love that because, video games are just a great, you know, source of escapism. And that's where VR comes in. And it may be fun and also a great way to escape the cold, harsh reality that is reality. But what if you could take a step further and really become Master Chief and play Halo from his point of view? And again, that's where VR comes in, like once again taking a step forth into immersion. Now, as we head further and further into VR, uh, sorry, as we head further and further into the future, VR is making itself more known and prominent. So why keep constraining ourselves to the old means of gaming when we can shed our mortal skin and embrace the future? Now, such technology doesn't come without its setbacks, of course. See, the problem with VR is that it's very costly. The cheapest you can get, like actual quality VR, the cheapest you can get is an Oculus Quest. Um, for about, I think around $300, but you can get it used for 200. That's the cheapest. Uh, now the best quality headset right now there is. Like you want to talk about quality, that would be the Valve Index, which is currently $1,000. So yeah, that's really expensive. Another problem with VR is that it's not good, for anyone who's prone to epilepsy or if you get motion sick easily. Believe me, having a screen so close to your eyes, having so much shit go on around you, that can really be detrimental to people who suffer from epilepsy or prone to seizures or get motion sick. Also, it's still in its early ages, both technology and some software related to VR. It's still kind of in its beta, its beta stages. So, anything goes really. Another problem is that you may have to, as if, saving money and upgrading to VR wasn't enough, you may have to upgrade your PC so it can handle VR. I know some people are still using Windows XP or, or Windows Vista. So, like, you're gonna have to save up money and get rid of that dinosaur of a computer because it just won't be able to handle VR. And lastly, another problem I found with VR is that and this goes normally for regular video games too, but when you spend far too much time in the virtual world, you can have this feeling of, isolation, this feeling of loneliness or emptiness because you're isolating yourself from reality and you're constricting yourself to this world, while amazing, still isn't real. So, you want to try to limit how much time you spend in the virtual world. But all things aside, the good definitely outweighs the bad. No, no. It doesn't outweigh the bad. It outshines the bad. So VR, in my opinion, is the future because VR is quote unquote better than reality. The visual scene in VR is far better than reality. Virtual reality technology used in video games uh, it can create this feeling of being in another world. Perfect example of this would be Half-Life Alyx. Just by looking at the trailer for the game, you can tell that Valve, the creators of the game, put so much time and effort to craft and culminate this world so that you can really feel like you're there. I also want to mention that VR isn't just limited to gaming. One of its main pros is that it can be really effective for communication, and users can communicate with other people and thus enjoy conversations with people across the virtual world. And in fact, they're also I know I just said that VR isn't just limited to gaming, but in terms of communication and gaming, there is a free-to-play game on Steam called VR Chat, and it's basically just a giant 3D virtual world chat room where you can, um, play as a character, play as an avatar, go to like different settings and worlds, and just chat with people. It's not VR only. You can just download it for free and play it on your PC if you want to, but the real experience comes from VR. And going back to the problems before, many of these problems can be overcome. Um, as far as the only major problem with VR is that it's really cost effective. So the big solution to that would be to save up good money, save up your money for a VR headset or a good VR headset, and also maybe save up some money to upgrade your PC so it can handle VR. It's time to get rid of that Windows XP. Also, you want to make sure that you're not prone to epilepsy or motion sickness. Like, you may not realize you are now, but it would be good to find a way to make sure you're prone to those things, because I imagine it wouldn't be fun having to find that out the hard way, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's all I wanted to. That's all I wanted to talk about regarding VR. And thank you for listening.